Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. Very good afternoon to all of you and I hope you're all doing well और आपकी एग्जाम की तैयारी भी बहुत अच्छे से चल रही होगी. So in today's session we will be talking about the mega bank merger that was recently announced by our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, right? So she's announced mergers of bank. Now, instant question that comes into our mind is कि what will be the impact of this bank merger on the vacancies IBPS PO में even जब SBI का merger हुआ था many of us had this doubt कि क्या vacancies increase होंगी कम होंगी. So we will be talking about the mega bank merger in this session. इसका क्या effect होगा on the economy, bank में क्या effect होगा, government को कैसे effect करेगा, concerns क्या हैं, etc. All of that we will be discussing in this session. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your wishes. We will just start with the session now. Okay. So, first and foremost question जो हमारे mind में आता है will be the impact of bank mergers on vacancies, right? So 2017 में we had the SBI merger, right? तो उसमें उसके बाद लोगों को ये डाउट्स होने लगे कि क्या बैंक मर्जर के कारण वैकेंसीज रिड्यूस हो जाएंगी, बट वी सीन 2018 के वैकेंसीज 2019 के वैकेंसीज देयर डज नॉट सीम टू बी a reduction in the vacancies नहीं हुई है, right? In the year 2018 PO की vacancies देखे तो we had more than 2000 vacancies for PO. Even 2019 में we had 2000 vacancies for PO. If we talk about clerk here, SBI clerk के vacancies in the year 2018 we had around 7200 vacancies जो announce हुए थे, right? 2018 में. And if we talk about 2019, so 2019 mein we have 8,600 plus vacancies, right? So don't be under the impression कि bank merger होगा तो it will impact our vacancies. There is no direct impact of merger of banks on vacancies. तो आप जो भी exam के लिए prepare कर रहे हो बहुत अच्छे से prepare करिए. And okay, thank you so much Sandeep, thank you Benita. Yeah, we can, Bala, there is no such mention कि mergers is next year, so vacancies नहीं होगी. Definitely vacancies होंगी. Okay. See, there is no, don't get into the feeling. हमने देखा ना, I am giving you an example of SBI Bank. SBI merger के बाद भी we've seen कि vacancies are the same. There is no direct impact of merger of banks on vacancies. Efficiency बढ़ाने के लिए या even to reach out to the remotest of areas, they need to open up bank branches, right? तो जितने branches खोलेंगे उतनी vacancies बढ़ती है, right? So we will definitely have a lot of vacancies. Okay, we will now be discussing about the merger of banks. Manoj, vacancies will not reduce because we are moving towards more efficiency, right? We want to expand more banks. Only जो अभी present banks हैं, they are getting merged, okay? There is no closing down of any bank branches, right? So we will try to have more efficient banking now and hence it will not have an impact on the merger. No, Leena, it will not reduce. Okay. See, 2017, 18 and 19, there were more than 2,000 vacancies for SBI PO. So that has been continuing. We had around 2,400 vacancies in 2017. Then we had around 2,100 approx vacancies 2018. This year also we have 2,000 vacancies. So vacancies have not reduced, right? And when we talk about bank mergers, we want to have few and stronger banks. So we want banks to go global, right? So even the expansion of banks to global, at global level, we will have branches outside India. So there is no possibility of decrease in, say, vacancies. Okay. Yes. So now we will be talking about the bank mergers that was announced by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Okay. Uh, so which are the banks that are getting merged according to the announcement that was recently made? So we know there are 4 mergers, total 10 banks जो थे that will get merged into 4 mega banks now, right? Yes, so we talk about merger 1, जहाँ पे हमें पता है Indian Bank is getting merged with Allahabad Bank. This will after merger become the 7th largest bank of India, right? They will have an approximate capital of 8 lakh crore rupees. Okay, then we talk about the second merger, which is of Punjab National Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, and we also have the United Bank of India. So in तीनों का merger होके this becomes the third largest bank, right? They will have a capital of around 17.5 lakh crore rupees. Okay, then we talk about the third. Okay, we talk about the third merger, which is of Canara Bank with Syndicate Bank. So they become the 5th largest bank post their merger. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Canara and Syndicate becomes the 4th largest bank after their merger, and their approximate capital is 15.2 lakh crores. Then we talk about the 4th merger, which is of Union Bank, Andhra Bank, as well as Corporation Bank. So they become the 5th largest bank post their merger, and they have an approximate capital of 14.6 lakh crore rupees. So these are the banks which are getting merged to become fewer banks in numbers. So when we know the number has been reduced from 27 to 12 now, right? So we want to have more stronger banks. We want to reduce this whole thing of non-performing assets. We want to increase the efficiency, all of that, right? So we talk about why are the banks getting merged? What is the reason behind the merger of banks? Okay, so first thing is when we have large size banks, जैसे कि अभी हमने देखा PNB 1.5 times of what the worth of PNB is right now will be the merged bank. Again, a very good thing, right? Even if we talk about the Union Bank, Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank, even their capital will be 2 times of what Union Bank has right now. Okay, so definitely we will have more large size banks which will help us to go global. I already mentioned this, it will go global, just like SBI. We know SBI has its footprints in various countries. It competes with various international banks also. So अच्छा, हिंदी में भी आई विल ट्राई टू हेल्प यू. हिंदी में भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे इस चीज को. तो आप देखिए, जितने बड़े बैंक्स होंगे उतनी ज्यादा एफिशिएंसी होंगी. दे विल बी एबल टू कम्पीट. अभी क्या हो रहा था, कस्टमर्स वही हैं. जितने भी पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स होते हैं, दे कम्पीट with in themselves, अपने ही competitors से compete करते हैं for the same market. So there is only downsizing जो हो रहा है, right? So when we have lesser banks, तो जितने कम banks होंगे, that will help us in competing more. They can compete with the private sector banks, with the global banks as well, या फिर foreign sector banks जो होते हैं उनसे भी कर सकते हैं. Nandini, we can't really say that if you have both Punjab National Bank and Oriental Bank of Commerce, one of the bank will close. Maybe both of the bank will be named the same now. Okay, so there is no such thing. That all depends on the process of merger, which we will be talking about. क्योंकि कुछ concerns हमेशा होते हैं. Whenever we have to take a rigid decision in terms of economy, there are always some things जो होती हैं. Okay. Yes, yeah, we'll talk in both. I'll try to help you out in English as well as Hindi, okay? So first is large size banks. We understood. So we want to have more large size banks and we want to go global. Second is respond to emerging market trends or shifts and compete more with private banks. So whatever is emerging market trends, we know we now have say digitalization happening, or every now and then there is some new technology which is coming up. So if the efficiency is very good, we will be able to, you know, capture that thing and perform better. So if we have lesser banks in terms of numbers, then definitely we will be able to respond to such trends well. Third is improve operational efficiencies. Operational efficiency कैसे अच्छी होगी? We know when we have less banks, the cost of lending will reduce. Okay, so when we have reduced cost of lending, we increase our lending. जितना हम अभी का लोन दे रहे थे उससे ज्यादा हम लोन दे पाएंगे if we have more lending. Now if we talk about less cost of lending, we have more lending in terms of the total amount. more lending करेंगे तो बैंक improve होगा, बैंक improve होगा तो economy improve होगी. it will be a lift towards the say the economy will rise back again. So again this is a move towards the 5 trillion economy. So we know in the economic survey, in the budget, we spoke about the 5 trillion economy. So this is all a move towards the 5 trillion economy because we will have more efficiencies, right? Yeah, okay. So we talked about operational efficiency. Next is when we talk about various committees, हमें पता है बैंक सेक्टर में a lot of committees are appointed to look into various problems that the banks are facing. So we had N. Narasimham committee also, and they recommended that India should have fewer but better managed banks to ensure optimal use of capital. We know अभी capital का भी reduction हो रहा है. We know about the 70,000 crore recapitalization plan of the government, right? So 70,000 crore का recapitalization plan था government का to give more capital to the banks. तो अगर कम banks होंगे, they already have enough of capital, and if the government is infusing more capital, उनका अच्छा होगा. Okay, so yeah, so definitely I just mentioned about this. So optimal use of capital होगा, then we will have wider reach. As I mentioned, ये मत सोचिए कि आपके recruitment में reductions होगी vacancies की. नहीं, जब कम banks होते हैं efficiency ज़्यादा होती है and they want to reach out even to the remotest parts of India. SBI का ही example ले लीजिए. We want to reach out to even the remotest parts of India, just like the post banks or IPPB or the post offices of India. They are at every root and corner of India, right? So same ways banks को भी we want banks to reach every corner of India. इसीलिए definitely कुछ भी कम नहीं होगी. So we will have wider reach and greater profitability. अभी greater profitability का example I'll give you. Now that the Bank of Baroda, Dena Bank as well as Vijaya Bank has merged, they have given a profitable, और उनका जो Q1 का balance sheet आया है, they have reported a profit, right? So they become more profit. We want to reduce the number of NPAs and we want to increase the profitability of banks. Okay, so this is the reason why we are moving towards the merger of banks. Now, how does the merger help the government? Now, why is it that the Ministry of Finance, our finance minister, is talking about merger? Why are we having a lot of merger of these banks? So first is, we know the government of India is the biggest shareholder. Now, being the biggest shareholder, the utmost responsibility of the government of India is to infuse more and more capital. Every bank, because they are suffering through a lot of losses, they have a lot of non-performing assets and they want to increase their profitability. Hence, they are reaching out to the government and they want more and more capital. उनको बहुत सारा capital चाहिए होगा, इसीलिए. So, banks को बहुत capital चाहिए to grow and to lend more loans, so they reach out to the government. Now, if the government has few banks merge करने के बाद कम banks होंगे, so उतना ही amount if bank gives to one particular bank instead of 3, they might, because of availability of a lot of capital, they may be able to lend more, right? Okay. नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम्स सच एज नॉन परफॉर्मिंग असेट्स, करप्शन, इनएफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट, ये सारे अभी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं बैंकिंग सेक्टर में. वी नो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ करप्शन हैपनिंग. द होल थिंग अबाउट पीएनबी दैट केम इनटू द न्यूज, उसके कारण भी हमको पता चला राइट कि बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं. तो नॉन परफॉर्मिंग असेट्स को हमको सॉल्व करना है. वी वांट टू रिवाइव द होल बैंकिंग सेक्टर. अभी जो करप्शन हो रहे हैं या बिना ठीक से चेक किए लोन्स आर बीइंग गिवन टू सम और द अदर पर्सन, वो सब हमको रिड्यूस करना है. एंड वी वांट टू हैव इफेक्टिव मैनेजमेंट रादर देन इनएफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट. हेंस वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स मर्जर ऑफ banks. Also by reducing the number of banks, we will have lower number of demands for capital infusion. जैसा कि मैंने already कहा, bank is the largest shareholder. तो सारे government is the largest shareholder और सारे banks जाते हैं government के पास to ask for capital, right? So capital infusion के लिए भी कम requests आएंगे if there are less banks. Also, it will progressively increase the efficiency of the merged banks and increase their capitals. हमें पता है, supposingly अभी the government wants to give 1,000 crore rupees, लेकिन अगर अभी 20 बैंक है तो वो लोग हो सकता है सिर्फ 50 crores ही दे पाए. But imagine if there are, instead of 20 banks, now if we have just 10 banks, every bank gets 100 crores, right? Every bank gets 100 crores or they will be able to lend more, get more profit, make more profit. Okay, then the next point is it will also help the government to focus on fewer banks than in the past. I just explained that to you. अभी बस मैंने explain किया ये कि government को कम banks पे ही अच्छे से focus करना होगा. Okay, now where lies the concern? अभी हमें पता है कि बैंक मर्जर होगा, लेकिन देर आर सम कंसर्न्स. हमेशा कुछ भी बड़ा हम लाते हैं. इफ वी टॉक हियर अबाउट डीमटीरियलाइजेशन जो हुआ था, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट नोट बैन जो हुए थे 1,000 रुपीज के, 500 रुपीज के, सो ऑल ऑफ दैट, हर चीज का एक प्रॉब्लम होता है, राइट? सो सेम विद बैंक मर्जर्स, देर आर अ फ्यू कंसर्न्स दैट लाई अहेड. Okay, so first is the operational risk. Now operational risk in terms of the staff, जो staff present होते हैं अभी बहुत सारे government के, उनको issues होगा कि culturally how will they be able to fit into the new organization, into a new environment, how will they be able to work with new set of people. Okay, yes, then next is redeployment होगा उनका from one particular area to another particular area. उनको निकालेंगे तो नहीं, right? So there will be redeployment, जिसके कारण operational risk हो सकता है, जो staff resistance होता है. Then fewer career opportunities, they might think ऐसा होगा because there is more competition, but always note, जहाँ पे भी ज़्यादा competition होता है, जो लोग भी best performers होते हैं, they go ahead and they show their talent and they get the best of ranks. इसीलिए अभी भी आपको पता है आपका competition high है, vacancies जितने भी हो, अभी जितनी vacancies है, work your best, अपना पूरा hard work डाल दीजिए and make sure that you are getting through. Okay, so deterioration of services and disruption in the operations. जब भी merger होता है of 2 or 3 banks, we know कुछ operational risks होते हैं, disruptions होते हैं in their operations during the process of the merger, but once merger gets done with, हर चीज normal हो जाती है. Okay, so there is no disruption in terms of services, लेकिन अभी के लिए whenever there is process of merger happening, we have deterioration of services. Fewer options available for the customers. अभी क्यों? Because supposingly I am going for a home loan. ठीक है, अगर मुझे एक होम लोन चाहिए, राइट नाउ आई कैन अप्रोच 3 डिफरेंट बैंक्स, राइट? बट वंस the merger gets completed, I don't have an option and I need to go to this single bank. जिस rate of interest पे वो मुझे लोन दे रहे हैं, वो ही rate of interest पे मुझे लोन लेना होगा. So there is less options or fewer options for customers. The combined bad loans of these banks is also an issue. हमको पता है हर बैंक is going through a lot of bad loans. So again that becomes a problem. When we merge these banks, in सब banks के जो bad loans हैं वो हमारे पास आ जाते हैं. Okay, then globally only 50% of the banks merged projects have succeeded. So globally also जितने भी bank merger processes हुए हैं आज तक, only half of them or only 50% of them have succeeded. I just hope India के लिए भी it is helpful या it becomes a success. हमने देखा कि देना बैंक, BOB बैंक and Vijaya bank का merger has got them profitability in the first quarter. So hopefully when we talk about India, the merger of banks can be an advantage. Okay. Then the problem is structural and of governance. Here we are talking again about the inefficiency in terms of management, inefficiency in terms of loans that we are giving. So जो loans हम दे रहे हैं उसमें inefficiency, and this becomes a structural problem. So what we need to do is change the structure. जो बोला है हमने कि जो board होगा, we will change the management, we'll change the whole board, and we'll get new people who are more efficient in terms of their work. So that is the problem, which is structural, and governance का issue है. Now through this process of bank merger, we've improved in terms of governance, and hopefully this mega bank merger becomes a success. Okay. Bala, so another merger, now that this merger is announced again, let's wait for next year to know if there are more mergers happening. For now, this is the merger that we have to look at and its implications on the Indian economy. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can quickly ask me. So I'm very confident about the fact that vacancies will not reduce, because the merger really has no direct effect on the reduction in vacancies. So don't worry about that. Abhi jo bhi exams lined up hai aapke, we have IBPS PO, we have IBPS RRB, all those who cleared. We have various other exams coming up, so don't be worried, okay? Right now we cannot say that, Bala, that banks will get privatized. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, Rohan, so abhi jo bhi banks merge ho rahe hain and they have branches in the same place does not mean ki wo branch band ho jayega. It will just get the new name and it will function the same way. We cannot really say that the figure will see a sharp fall. I just gave you an example of SBI, wherein we've seen that the number of vacancies have been the same. In terms of clerk, vacancies have increased. Yes. Let's see. So these are all the inside matters of various banks when we talk about their headquarters, but they will definitely, whichever is the strongest bank, the headquarters of that bank will be the headquarters, and we'll have to wait and see ki kaise wo changes karte. These are all internal matters of the bank. RBI assistant, we are just waiting for the notification. Hopefully it will be out soon. Yeah, yes. So right now we should not worry about the banks getting privatized, because अगर ऐसा कुछ होता तो वो announcement होते. अभी for now, as I already told you, Government of India is the largest shareholder of these banks, so definitely अभी privatization नहीं होगा. Leena, for your information, I want to tell you this. If you look at the vacancies of SBI Clerk, in the year 2018, the vacancies were 7,200, and in the year 2019, we know we have more than 8,600 vacancies. So here I'm all talking about the facts that the vacancies have not reduced. Probably Infinity, they might, if they don't need, but they always want business for themselves. If they close a branch, they will not get business, okay? So they want to increase their reach to all the places possible, so they can't keep closing all the branches that they have everywhere. Yes, Shubham, merger does not necessarily mean reduction of employment. Okay, so let's wait for the IBPS clerk notification to see the number of vacancies that we have this year. Do like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such videos, and stay tuned to Oliveboard. Okay, thank you everyone.